So my name is John Colston, and my hacker name is mayonnaise, but it's more of a phonetic play. It's mayonaise. I've always been in data science, and always have been an entrepreneur at heart and a hard worker. And kind of a culmination of things came together that led me to enter into HackerOne. Hacking came into my life at a time where I needed something to focus on. The business that I was working on building out, we were going to go through a temporary pause, and I needed something to do. I'm always looking to learn, and this was an opportunity to learn something that it was very interesting. We watched the documentaries on television, and you, like, oh, that's pretty cool. And this turned out, the first bug that I found was a big one, and that dopamine hit, and there's no turning back. Joined the program probably in August of 2018, and really started hitting it hard in December. So I'm a good 9 months or so into this new venture, and it's absolutely amazing. I've always worked long hours, but now I work long hours from home versus an office. That's one thing is it's there's no stop, there's no end, and that's one thing that I'm having to learn, is that there's definitely a work-life balance, and you have to put it down for a bit. I run my personal bug hacking as a business. I think of myself as I'm limited resources, and how do I apply those resources most efficiently? So I don't necessarily get discouraged when I don't find a bug, and it's how I lay out the way I do my work. So there's certain days where I focus on nothing but recon, right? And I build out massive data sets. And then there's certain days where I'll focus on a certain type of bug. And so all my searches are related to, so if we were talking about IDOR, it would be all related to swaggers and waddles and that type of thing. And I keep a journal. And even if I find something that looks interesting that's on something else, I put it down on a piece of paper, or on my log, and I'll come back to it later, but I remain focused. And so I try to remain disciplined. And then, so each day I'm constantly shifting through different things, and if I learn something, I'll write it down. And so each day is different. So you might be frustrated because you not find a bug, but if you kind of change it up and you have a fresh set of eyes, the next time you come at it, you may have overlooked at it because you're looking at it too long, right? So that helps kind of hit the reset button by having 4 or 5 days where you haven't looked at that issue, and then when you get back to it, you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that the first time? Oh, my wife. Yeah, she's been a trooper. She's supported me through this, and there's been some late nights. It's just the two of us, and we live in the hacker lifestyle now, because we don't make plans. There's no bedtime. We just go whenever we want to get something to eat. We go whenever it is. It's kind of funny. I say there's no responsibility, but there's really no time schedule, and so that freedom provides us with a lot of funny times, and a lot of stressful times too when we're all tired. But yeah, I will definitely thank my wife, Shelley. Never throw away data. Always keep your data. Data is gold. I can't explain how many times where I have stumbled upon something, it's a bug, and then I say, okay, where else have I seen this? And I go back through all my log files and history files and find multiple instances of that same issue, or it's at a different endpoint. It's pretty funny. Every time I think I'm about to hit the wall and there's nothing left, it seems like you find the one little thing that looks odd, and you open up the box and there's just full of opportunity and areas to go after. Yeah. Like my high school guidance counselor didn't say, hacking is a good choice for you to go forth and as a career. That didn't exist. It's such a new industry, and I expect anybody that is, that works with code, or more importantly, my experience, data scientists and analytics, people that study large data sets and are comfortable with mining through. It's just a matter of retraining your brain to think. It's the same questions, but it's just a different subject. So whether you're talking about, the risk of someone making a default on a payment on their on a credit card, or the propensity of somebody to make a purchase in the next 20 days, those are the types of questions that we always, we're asking and trying to figure out, and we're looking at large data sets. Now we're like, okay, if you're vulnerable to SSRF, okay, you're going to be a URL address, and you're going to live here. So then you start writing your queries or your searches you dive into to kind of pinpoint those opportunities. And once you find them, then you go after them.